משנה ה' מותר הקטורת, מה היו עושים בה? Oh, this is an interesting one. So you have the incense, and if you have extra incense now, you make new incense for the next year, you don't need the old one. So what would you do with the extra incense? פעמיים בכל יום, twice every day, היו מקטירים קטורת סמים. They would bring incense. והיו מכינים את הקטורת לכל השנה. And they would prepare it once a year. כמו ששנו בברייתא, like we learned in the ברייתא, הקטורת הייתה נעשת 368 מנים. They used to make it 368 portions. 365 כמניין ימי חמה, 365 days of the year, מנה לכל יום, one for every day, פרס בשחרית ופרס בין הערביים. Half of it comes in shacharit, half of it comes in the evening. ושלושה מנים יתרים, and what's the three extra ones? שמהם מכניס כהן גדול מלוא חפניו ביום הכיפורים. That the כהן גדול takes on יום כיפור. נמצא בכל שנה נותר מן הקטורת. So we find every year you have a little bit less from the קטורת. שהרי שלושת המנים לא היו נכנסים כולם בחופניו של הכהן הגדול ביום הכיפורים. Because if you remember, the Yom Kippurim does the kmitza. And he didn't have large enough hand to have the whole thing. So you have a little bit left. ועוד, and furthermore, that most years are not מעוברת. Are not 365, they're going to be less. Because 365 is according to the sun. Yeah, most years are going to be less. ועוד ששנה פשוטה ימים 354, you've got 354, ונדרו בה 11 מנים בשביל שנה מעוברת. You have in it 11 extra days for שנה מעוברת. ומכאן שואלת משנתנו. So now here comes the question of the Mishnah. מותר הקטורת, מה היו עושים בו? זה שנה פשוטה. You have at least 11 extra, maybe more. Yeah? So what do you do with this extra קטורת? That's ביום כיפור. That's in יום כיפור. Yeah. כדי להכשירה לשנה הבאה. Now you want to use it what? For the next year. It's a קטורת. So you want to use it in order for the next year. Oh, so there's a way to take the old one and transfer it over for the new one. Let's see. והרי מראש חודש ניסן ואילך היו צריכים להקטיר קטורת מן השקלים החדשים. But from the first of Nisan you need from the new ones. And you don't want to throw away the old ones. See, all the korbanot, there's a way to do something with it. You buy extra korbanot. Over here, what are you going to throw it away to the garbage? What are you going to do with it? It's a problem. You know, sacrifice, or buy extra sacrifices, make something for the temple, put gold on the Holy of Holies. Over here, what are you going to do with it? You have got incense. There's no way to use it. So how would they transfer it over so not to throw it in the garbage? Because it's not respectable to throw it in the garbage. So what do? So it says like this. מפרישים ממנה מתרומת הלשכה. So what would they do? They would take from תרומת הלשכה, they would take money from cash, gold coins, שכר האומנים, and they would take the money for the artisans who made the ktoret. There was a family who used to make the ktoret. You pay them cash. So you take money out, but you don't, wait, it's going to see. מפתמי הקטורת. So you take שכר האומנים, those who prepare the ktoret, ומזכים את האומנים לאומנים על ידי אחד מהגזברים. And you give this money to the artisans. The gizbar says, here's money. והרי הן נעשות חולים. So now, once they got the money, they got money to do a job. So that money became now chulin. That money belongs now to the person. It used to be hekdesh. The money used to be hekdesh. But now that you gave it to the family to do the work, when the family got money, it's like buying wine. Okay, this is I'm going to do work with it. Now this money becomes regular money. It's not hekdesh anymore. It's not hekdesh anymore. But it says, ואף על פי שאין הקדש יוצא לחולין, it says, hey, we have a rule. הקדש doesn't become חולין, אלא אם כן נכנס דבר אחר Dachtav lekdusha. You have to exchange it. So when you buy wine, the money goes to chulin, but the wine becomes hekdesh. Over here, what happens? There's no transfers. It's just
money go to chulin, but the hekdesh.
You did. The guy didn't give it back yet. He didn't give ktoret yet. It says you just give him money. We don't wait. Shonai trumat alishka. Trumat alishka is different. Shebet din matne alea liten mimaotea lekama dvarim. It says the gizbar, when he receives the money, it's like in his mind, I'm going to use it for whatever I want, whatever is needed. This is one of the things I need to use it for. One of the things. And whenever it's going to be used for that thing, they will become chulin. It's according to my mind. And then it doesn't finish. And then you say, the rest of the ktoret, right? What I'm going to do, I have left in the Beis Hamikdash some ktoret left. I'm going to say, I'm going to pay with that ktoret that left to the Omanim, because they're going to use it back anyway. So it's going, for example, I know they need to give me 100 pounds, but now they only give me 94 pounds. So I'm going to give them these 6 pounds, and I'm going to tell them, give me 100 pounds back. You understand? I'm giving them this in order for them to give it to me back. Like a whole spiel. על שכר האומנים, כלומר, לאחר שזכו במעות בשביל האומנים, מחללים את מותר הקטורת על אותן המעות. So it says, once they gave the money to the guys who are going to make the work, you are going to say that the ktoret is going to become also chulin. Is chulin. Is like a payment, that's right, for them.
That's why you get chulin.
That's right. ונותנים אותה את הקטורת שחיללוה, and now this קטורת belongs to the Uman, it belongs to him, it belongs to the guy, לאומנים בשכרם, you give it to him here, this is a reward for you. Anyway, you're going to give it to me back, that's the idea. You're going to give it to me back anyway, so for you it's like, now you have to make less, it's just like money for you. שלאחר שחיללו את הקטורת במעות, that after they transferred the קטורת for money, נכנסו המעות בקדושת הקטורת. Now the money becomes holy as the קטורת. היינו בקדושת התרומה הישנה. In other words, the whole money that we gave them becomes the old קטורת. I mean, just like the קטורת. והקטורת יוצאת לחולין. And the קטורת becomes חולין. It belongs to you guys. So, and now you're going to send it to me back. That's the whole spiel, how you do it. ונותנים אותה לאומנים בשכרם וחוזרים ולוקחים אותה. Now you give, now it's chulin, this ktoret, you give it to the Uman, and the Uman is going to give it to you back. And now it will become holy again. With money, with another money, you're going to have to pay for it, yeah? את הקטורת מיד אומנים, מתרומה חדשה, but you repay them from the new money that comes in. And this way it transfers over for the next year. במעות של התרומה החדשה, וכך נכנסת הקטורת לקדושת התרומה החדשה. And this is how the קטורת becomes new קטורת for the new year, because otherwise you won't be able to use it. ואומנם אפשר היה לעשות בדרך פשוטה. It says, why do you have to go through such a convoluted way? It says, you could have done it in an easier way. למכור את מותר הקטורת. What are you doing? Instead of doing this whole spiel, money, and this one goes to him, and as payment and not payment, coming back, that's all craziness. So say, do it simple. You could have sold mutarat aktoret, yeah? Just sell it. Sell it to the guy, straight out.
Holy.
Yeah, but sell it to the guy.
Oh, okay.
Sell it to the guy. ולחזור ולקנותה במעות של התרומה החדשה, and then buy it with the new one. Why are you making all this, buying it, saying it's מחולל on it, and the whole thing? אלא שצריכו לכל האמור לעיל, so he says, they did it in such a convoluted way, משום שכך יותר יפה להקדש. It says, it's a better way. It says הקדש, you don't treat it like regular money. It says, you have to put a sign that this is special. We don't just going to transfer it and sell it and sell it. No, you make it in a convoluted way that it will remind you that this is still holy. In other words, you didn't have to do it in such a way. You could have done it much simpler. But for you to have respect for it, that was the idea. Now that you do it in such a convoluted way, it all the time says Hekdesh, and you say this is not Hekdesh anymore. The money is Hekdesh on it, so it's in your hand that it's important. Yesh mefarshim, there are those who explains, mefarshim mimena ממותר הקטורת שכר האומנים. It says they take from it the payment for the people כשיעור הראוי לשכר מפתי הקטורת. For as much as they used to pay those people who used to make the incense. או לאומנים אחרים העובדים לצורכי ההקדש, or any other artisan who used to work for the temple. ומחללים אותה, and then you would מחלל אותה, which means you will make it חול, you will make it mundane, ופודים את מה שהפרישו ממותר הקטורת, and then you buy what is remaining from the remainders of the Torah. In other words, you use this as payment itself. You don't go through the money. This is money anyway because you're going to get it back. In other words, you don't have to transfer it for money. Al schar ha'omanim. In other words, you don't have to have money involved. You can have this as the payment for the work, and then you're coming back. Yeah. ויש גורסים על מעות האומנים. And some says this is on the money of the woman. The money of the artisan, היינו על מעות שהוקצו כדי לשלם שכר לאומנים. The money that was put aside to pay the artisans. ונעשו המעות קדושות, and this money became holy, והקטורת יוצאת לחולין, and the קטורת becomes חול. ונותנים אותה לאומנים בשכרם, and then you pay with the קטורת to the אומן, וחוזרים ולוקחים אותה מתרומה חדשה, and then you take it from the new batch. Like we explained before. Okay. Finish that part, I think. אם בא חדש בזמנו, if comes the new money in its time, אם השקלים החדשים באו בזמנם, the new shekels, the new taxes, first of Nisan came in, היינו לפני ראש חודש ניסן, they came before the head of the Nisan, the first of the month of Nisan, לוקחים אותה את מותר הקטורת מתרומה חדשה. You take the קטורת from the new coins. כמבואר לעיל, ואם לאו, אם עדיין לא באו השקלים החדשים, if the money didn't come in yet, was war, I don't know, whatever the case may be, מן הישנה, then you can do it from the old one. לוקחים אותה ממעות התרומה הישנה. You can use the last year's funds to buy New Year's. אם חיללו כבר, but how do you do it? You have to take that money out of Hekdesh. In other words, you have to do a transfer to make it chulin, and then now it become chulin, buy from that chulin, not from the old year. In other words, from whole money you have to buy it. You're not from the old money. ואם לא חיללוה, and if you didn't made it mundane money, what do? מקטירים אותה כמות שהיא מן הישנה. Then you can bring it, the say it is, for the next year. In other words, you can bring all sacrifices. Like, you know in the wheat, you're not allowed to bring the wheat. In Ktoret, you are allowed to bring Ktoret for the new year. Wheat, you will not be allowed to bring wheat until you bring the barley sacrifice. Over here, you would be allowed to. ויש גורסים, and there are those that says, אם ברא החודש בזמנו, if the month came in זיצרם, או פירוש הדברים, אם חודש ניסן בא בזמנו, if the month of Nisan came in its time, what does it mean came in its time? שראו עדים את הלבנה ביום 30 באדר, where the witnesses saw it on the 30th of Adar, וקידשו בית דין את חודש ניסן, and then they made the new month in that day, לוקחים אותה מתרומה חדשה. Then they will take it from the new one. But if it's not, then they have the first of Nisan, they have to take it from the old one. Because they don't know when it is. In other words, it depends on the moon. I don't know if the witnesses came or not. So if the witnesses came, you take it from the old one. The witnesses didn't come, they might come later on. But I'm in the morning right now. So I have to take it from last year's. Because you only have...
Yeah, because you didn't get to Nisan.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe it is Nisan, I just don't know. Maybe the witnesses are still walking towards Yerushalayim. They will tell me it's Nisan. I will find out later on if it's Nisan or not. Okay. ביום ה-30 באדר, שהרי הוא ראש חודש ניסן, ומצווה להביא מן התרומה החדשה. It's a commandment to bring from the new one. ואם לאו, שלא קידרו ראש ניסן, but if the beit din did not sanctify the moon yet, אלא ב-31 באדר, but they only did it in the 31st of אדר, מן הישנה, then you will do it from the old ones, because you don't know. מביאים ביום ה-30 באדר את הקטורת מן התרומה הישנה. So it all depends when the new month is. And since this is the day that it's happening, you don't know if the Witnesses. So if the witnesses came, you give from the new one. The witnesses didn't come, you give from the old one, even though they might come later on.